Everyone for joining us this evening. This is an absolute pleasure to meet and to host so many of our kindred spirits in the field of helping people in crisis from issues of homelessness, drug addiction, alcoholism. You all do incredible work.
The reason why job training, specific skills and job training, and all the things that a safe haven provides people, the reason it's so important is because I believe two reasons. The first and foremost, it gives people a sense of pride that they have something to offer, that they can work an honest hour for an honest wage and feel good that they're productive and can offer something. And in the second place, it teaches them that they can be self-sufficient and that they can make a living of their own. And there's nothing better than that. It's the old cliche, teach someone to fish so that they can fish for the rest of their lives. When people have job skills, they get pride and they have value that they can offer to earn a living wage. That is something that turns into a whole new kind of life. I definitely think that people who are recovering from substance abuse, they need to get into education and job training programs, whether it's skills for a specific career or whether it's a GED or a community college or bachelor's program degree. It's important because they realize that they're able to overcome those hurdles and challenges and get their degree, which gives them confidence for a lifetime. And even if it's in a general area, that moves them to whatever the next piece, next step on the ladder is. That is to say that if they study liberal arts and get a bachelor's degree, well, they're qualified to do a number of things, and if they want to get specific job training to move into a certificate program or a specific skills training program, the kind of thing that a safe haven provides, and even provides the certificate once they graduate, those things are incredibly important. And the other thing is, it not only makes them self-sufficient and marketable in the employment sector, it gives them that added confidence and self-esteem. And I think, I'm sure the people at Safe Haven will be better qualified to judge this, but I think that's one of the things that keeps people sober, a sense of self-esteem and pride in themselves that's a high of its own.
Recovery happens in communities, and I think a Safe Haven provides a normalizing kind of environment in which people can recover. It has more of a homey feel. It doesn't have that institutional, I'm in treatment kind of feel. And I think for a great many people, that is the catalyst to propel them toward maintaining, sustaining recovery.
I did a substance abuse fellowship in 1988 at Yale, detoxing IV heroin addicts. I did a psychiatric residency there, and I've seen a lot of treatment programs. And when Nellie and Brian came to Washington about a year ago, and I heard that they had seen over 30,000 people in the last 15 years, I was blown away. And I wanted to be involved in whatever way I could in a supportive role. I see that when I came to Chicago that their results are happening, and it's been overwhelming. So I've been involved with them as their federal medical advisor for the last year, working to help them get the access that they need in Washington, for instance, to get reimbursement for the $3.9 million they spent on veterans. And work they're already doing and doing without asking too much from the community or the city or the country, that kind of work needs to be known, and we need to have reimbursement for. In addiction, it's a windstorm. You have all kinds of forces pulling at you, from family violence to a loss of parenting to guilt, overwhelming guilt. The #1 cause of relapse for IV heroin addiction in the over 300 people that we detoxed was guilt. And if we didn't have them have a way to work through their guilt, they would go right back to heroin. And so finding some oasis from this windstorm, a greenhouse where they can put some roots down and really get the rhythm of their sobriety and really make a connection to a higher power, a real one, that can help them work their way out of guilt, to make amends, to learn job skills, to make sure their children are being cared for and parented, to learn conflict resolution. These are the necessary ingredients that nourish the plant, that allow it to bloom. Why do we need a greenhouse? We need a home. We need some safety, we need some direction, and we need a lot of love. And that's what Safe Haven seems to provide so many people.
At one time in my life, I was homeless for 6 months when I was at the age of 19. And I was addicted to drugs. I was also addicted to alcohol. And by the grace of God, after a few years, I didn't have the opportunities of having a safe haven in my community, but I had the opportunity, by the grace of God, to move to Atlanta and to become clean. And I've been clean now for 16 years. And so for me, it was a no-brainer to partner up with a safe haven, even as a corporate sponsor, now that I'm a representative of Walmart and Sam's Club. If there were more safe havens in the world, it would be a better world. It would be a more, it would be a kinder world. It would be a cleaner world. It would be a world that people can genuinely see that you don't have to be this way for the rest of your life. You know, and looking at the success rate that a safe haven has over the state, and how they, you know, they actually beat the state success rate, and looking at how they beat other state success rates, to me it's just, it's a no-brainer. If the federal, you know, for the federal government, they should partner up with a safe haven. You know, other corporate sponsors should partner up with a safe haven, because deep down, whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's friends and family, somebody has gone through it. So, you know, we need to come out of the darkness, bring it into light, and call it for what it is, and deal with it. And a safe haven does that.